So the protests continue in Turkey. 441 people were detained in connection with clashes in Istanbul. 56 people detained in the capital. The protests not only continue but strengthen in some ways. Union workers started striking, and then police got into battles with them in Ankara on Monday when 1,000 trade unionists went on strike. When labor gets involved, that's when the business interests start to get really worried. That's what actually led to the toppling of the government in Egypt. Now, this is not a situation similar to Egypt in that Egypt had a dictator, whereas Turkey has a democratically elected leader, but a leader that is apparently not very receptive to a significant percentage of the Turkish population, and hence the protests against what they say is his authoritarian rule. In fact, Erdogan, who's the prime minister, had hundreds of thousands of his own supporters show up in the streets over the weekend as well. Thankfully, that didn't get very bloody, because I was really worried that the Erdogan supporters and the protesters were going to clash. Luckily, that disaster was at least averted for the moment being. Don't get me wrong, over 5,000 injured overall in all of these protests throughout these weeks, and at least 4 people killed. Now, an interesting twist on this is a guy that's being called Standing Man. Hashtag Standing Man is gaining significant momentum on Twitter, and in Turkish it's hashtag Duran Adam, which also means, of course, Standing Man. Who is he? Well, I'm not quite sure. I do know it's this gentleman. So, and what's he doing? Well, people weren't quite sure about that in the beginning. He's in Taksim Square, and he started standing there, and he's got a bag. So the cops come by, and they start checking it out, and they're like, what the hell's going on with this guy? And it turns out that it was just a silent form of protest. And the cops start making sure that he doesn't have anything on him. They search him, they search his bag, they rifle through all of his stuff. And then people start to wonder, what in the world is this guy doing? Well, he was doing a standing protest. And here comes the interesting part. Then people got inspired, and they started standing. And they started standing next to him. And it grew, and it grew, and it grew. All of a sudden, there's a lot of standing men. And then people started standing in other places. Now, it's fascinating, right? But it has gained significant momentum in Taksim Square now. It reminds me of another square, Tiananmen Square. Remember when they rolled out the tanks and there was that one Chinese guy standing in front of the tanks and he wouldn't move? Well, in a sense, there he is right there. Standing Man started this and said, I'm going to stand here and you're not going to move me off this square. Water cannons, tear gas canisters, etc. be damned. And there's a sign made right there, Duran Adam, celebrating him. And once he started, other people started doing it along with him. And so all of a sudden, now there's a lot of people standing in that square saying, you're not going to move us. Fascinating development. We'll see what Erdogan's reaction to that is. Perhaps this is that old physics question. What happens when an irresistible force meets an immovable object?